Hello everyone, welcome to today's poetry reading. My book Needy, my breakup song, is available on Amazon, and guess what? I am not tired of saying that just yet. This is still very exciting, it's still very new, and I am just so happy to be able to share this collection with you guys. It's something that means so much to me and I've worked really hard on. I'm really just super happy and excited to continue to share my poetry with you guys. And so today I'm going to be reading 2 more poems from the book. But before I dive into that, let me just remind you guys about my I Am Needy event. My first I Am Needy event will be held April 9th at 12:30 UK time. Make sure to register so I know who'll be turning up and I can plan it just a little bit better. The Eventbrite link should be down below in the description, also in the comment section. The first poem I'm going to read is called Midweek and it's on page 14. On Wednesday at 3 p.m, I decided I was going to break it off with you. After thinking about it for an hour, I was certain. If I did not do it today, somehow I would find reasons to stay. I had made up my mind that us needed to not continue until Thursday. So I reached for my phone to send the text of summoning. We need to talk would have been obvious. Instead, at 3:15 p.m, are you free tonight? You did not reply for hours. Then it turned out you were not. I wasn't surprised. You never made time for me. But you said sorry and that you felt bad, that you wished you could kiss me right now. Thursday I woke up and my mind was changed. Here I go again, stuck to you, not able to leave. Though I know I want more from you, all of you. You and me holding hands while walking, being in our own little world, dreaming of the day we would live under one roof. Wishing and hoping that one day being with you won't hurt so much. I know that it will not last, so next Wednesday I will try again. End it at 3 p.m. and I won't change my mind, even though I said the same thing last week. Next poem is Confronted and that is on page 34. It's not based on what someone said. You found out for yourself. The hard way was your only choice, or you would have remained in a delusional fantasy. Do not tell me because I know. I have always known. I did not want to believe it. I wanted him. Okay, so today I wanted to read both those poems because I feel like I had a similar thought process with just basically being aware that something is not working, but sticking through it, thinking and hoping it will get better in some way, basically. But then always having the realization that it won't get better, knowing that. And so midweek was me fighting for that, making it work, knowing that I wanted to leave the situation, not trying, but then I'll get stuck and I'll repeat the situation. And confronted is me having that situation basically finally explode to the point where it can't be recovered anymore. And I'm down just in a way oh, yeah, this has happened, but I always knew that this was what it was. Like I said in Confronted, I stayed because I wanted him. And in midweek, I had this fantasy of the thing, the dream, what I wanted out of this person. I was so determined that this was what I wanted. I wanted this relationship goals of holding hands, going for strolls, going on lots of cute dates, all of that really cute, nice things that can happen. But I was trying to get it out of someone who didn't want it, basically, right? And so, another red flag for me with that poem, Midweek, is that I would say something and the person would take super long to reply, but then they'll say sorry or whatever, or oh, this is this. Basically, they'll have an excuse. And me hearing that excuse will be like, okay, cool, it's fine, let's move forward. When really it's not fine. And I keep having these moments where the person was nice to me, the person was giving me the attention I finally wanted, and that would kind of keep me on the hook. I wouldn't leave because I think, okay, there's possibility, there is a chance for this to work out. Because the person was nice to me every once in a while, I forgave these issues, these red flags, these unhappiness. I was genuinely unhappy and I was genuinely sick of being in the state I was, but I always let it pass and I always would change my mind. To be aware that you are in a situation that genuinely makes you feel horrible, but you're not leaving because you're like lonely and desperate, is genuinely the worst feeling. Like, you stay in such an unhealthy situation because to you at that point, any company is fine. Like, you just don't want to be by yourself, and so you settle for that. You know you're not having fun anymore, but you are in the situation still. Like, you are going over and over in a same circle. Person will ignore you for a bit, they'll ghost you, then they'll come back, and then you'll forgive them, and then, you know, they spend some time with you, then they ghost you again. And that's a repetitive cycle, and you're constantly always let them come back. And so it can also be super tricky when someone changes over time, where you remember a period where, oh my gosh, this guy used to give me so much attention, he used to be really nice, he used to be sweet, he used to do this, he used to do that. Now he doesn't do that anymore because it's, you know, a couple months in, but you're still remembering that, and you're staying, and you're thinking, oh, maybe he'll go back to that time in a point. You know, he's just going through something. Then like you just start to make excuses for a person's behavior. Like, they're treating you like crap, they're treating you like shit, and you're just sitting there and taking it. And that was really difficult for me, to be in a position where I would literally, in a way, every week genuinely hate myself because I feel like crap over this guy. And like, I'm trying to, you know, have some sort of closure, trying to end the situation, so I'm trying to have a discussion, but I always change my mind because they would do something or say something or act in a way, and I'm like, oh, they're so sweet. And so Midweek is at the start of the book where I'm still constantly doing this, constantly seeking this attention. And then Confronted is getting towards the end of the book because I have realized that this is worthless. This is not going anywhere. And I'm admitting that I'd always known that this was not going anywhere. I wanted to see if I could change his mind. Like, I knew it was not possible, but I wanted to try. I wanted to hold on to the image, the fantasy that I thought was this relationship. My favorite line is generally, don't tell me because I know. I have always known. And that is the truth. We feel it in, oh God, your gut instinct. Genuinely, like, you feel it. When you know something is off, you feel it and you know it, and you try to like bury it and you try to pretend. But sometimes you're just literally staring at your gut feelings in the face, and you're just like, whatever, I'm gonna try to prove you wrong. But you know, like, you genuinely know when something's not gonna work out, you know. And then sometimes it might be, you know, like just anxiety and fear and stuff like that. But then other times you genuinely have proof. Like, I have proof, this person treated me horribly. That was enough proof. That was enough proof to know that this was not going to work out. If someone is treating you disrespectfully, just like not having value for your time, and, you know, making promises but always not going through with them, and always, you know, leaving you and ghosting you, you don't need any more. Like, you don't need anything more to know that it's not going to work. It's all you need. It's the proof you need, and your gut instinct says this person is not going to change. And so you just need to like have the strength to, you know, eventually leave. Because I know I didn't leave straight away. I wish I could have, but like I said, the issue was the loneliness, the issue was the desperation, and just generally not having any confidence in myself that I deserve better. If you know you're a boss ass bitch, you're not gonna like put up with some shit. It's that simple. And I didn't know I was a boss ass bitch. Like, I know now I'm a boss ass bitch, and I still have my moments of weakness where I am, you know, going through things because I'm working towards becoming that. But I know I am a boss ass bitch. I'm just on my journey to living that out. It's still heartbreaking where you had this idea of something and it's not working out, and you're trying to do your best to have it work out. But in a way, the whole point is to not stay stuck for too long. But, you know, go through the process, because sometimes you have to go through heartbreak. You have to know exactly what you don't want in your life. And like, I've realized I don't want certain things in my life now because of that experience, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing that I let my fantasy tie me down for a while, but now I know that I kind of have to use my brain a little bit more, especially with like relationships, The heart will always be on the side of romance, but the brain will tell you what you need and if you're not feeling good. And once again, it's just about being a healthy version of yourself. Being anxious, being scared, being tired, worrying over a relationship constantly, having lots of doubts is not needed, especially when the person is making zero effort, like none at all. And also don't always fall for the excuses of, I'm so sorry, and then they repeat their action, because that's another way that you can kind of get into a trap. When someone says sorry so freely, so willingly, but then they repeat the action again, and that is just crazy, because they generally don't care, and they're saying sorry because they know you forgive them, and then they'll move on, and they'll get what they want. So that's what Midweek and Confronted mean to me. Yeah, Midweek is about trying to hold on to a fantasy, trying to hold on to what ifs, trying to hold on to this could, all of that imaginary stuff that isn't happening right at this point in time. And then Confronted to me is, I have seen that this is not gonna ever get better, and I'm aware that I knew, but it was something that I let slide, and I'm taking responsibility for that. I'm taking responsibility for the fact that I was toxic. I am taking responsibility, I'm owning it, and I am asking myself to learn from it and get better from that situation. Through making my book, I have learned that there is nothing wrong with having needs. It is just important to know that when it comes from a place of seeking attention or external validation, it can become super toxic. And so the I Am Needy events are a safe place for discussion and learning and growth, and it will transition us from I am needy into I know my needs. The first event will have 2 poems, some discussions, some games, some music. It'll just be a really fun, chill time to get to know each other. And to help you and I prepare for the discussions, follow me on Instagram, The Outcome Studio, to join in with I Know My Needs month. Over the month of April, we will identify and write down what our needs are and how we want them met exactly, because there's so much power in actually writing something down. Write the vision down and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. And this includes any F-boys that are trying it. When you get your standards right and you know exactly what you want, they're not even gonna come close to you. Like, you will be so protected. During the I Am Needy events, we'll talk about what we need out of different areas of our lives, focusing on us as an individual, from the basic things of what we like to eat to what we like our room to look like. And then we go in a bit deeper to what we expect out of our habits and to what we expect out of other people's actions to us. And within that, there's just so many things to discuss. Like, we can discuss about family, friends, we can talk about education, work, money, like what you want out of your experiences, where you want to travel. There's just so many things to chat about, and so that's why I know these events will be ongoing for a while. One of the main things I will be getting into is discussing unrealistic standards versus essential needs, because we need to know the difference between fantasy and like expectations that are just unrealistic and too high and too much pressure, versus an essential need, like something that will help us work at a healthy state. For example, for me, an unrealistic standard is wanting my body to always stay the same size and never fluctuate, whereas an essential need is wanting my body to be healthy and to be able to meet the demands of life. And so when I think about food, it's just more about moderation, eating healthy, but also moderation. Let me also enjoy some snacks once in a while. And when I think about exercise, it's not about just trying to do 6 weeks abs. It's just about having a healthy, active lifestyle in whatever form I've decided. Like, for me, I know I enjoy going for really long walks and doing deep stretches, especially because I've been through quite a few health issues recently. I experienced a lot of back pain after a road accident. It just made me value the fact that my mobility and I can easily walk was such a blessing. So yeah, there's so many things we can dive into. Follow me on Instagram, The Outcome Studio, to know when each topic will be discussed, and also to get the prompts for reflection for I Know My Needs month. I hope to see you at one of my I Am Needy events. These will be reoccurring, but do try to get into the first one and just start the journey with us. And if you enjoy my poems and you want to just read more of them and also support me on my journey, my book Needy, My Breakup Song, is available on Amazon, and you can grab yourself a copy. It will mean so much to me. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, remember to like, comment below, subscribe, ring in the notification bell so you know when I post, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!